I honestly don't even remember when it was the first time I started searching for my life purpose. But I do remember for most of my life, purpose was something I tried to chase. I thought it lived somewhere far away, in a title, a role, an achievement I had to earn. I would write plans, make lists, set goals, and push myself towards some version of success that always seemed just out of reach. There was a sense of urgency, like purpose was a train I had to catch, or else I'd miss my life's calling. But the more I chased it, the emptier it felt. Even when I accomplished things that should have made me proud, something inside remained restless. A quiet voice whispering, "This isn't it." I thought maybe I needed a new project, a new direction, something bigger, something more meaningful. But purpose isn't something you find by adding more. Purpose reveals itself when you begin to listen. It took years for me to understand that purpose isn't a destination, it's a frequency. It's not a checklist of things to do, it's a vibration that you live in. And when you start vibrating in that energy, everything you do becomes infused with meaning. Your mission stops being about what you accomplish and starts being about how you exist. Living your mission as a vibration means letting your being lead before your doing. It means embodying the essence of why you're here, not just performing it. Purpose in its purest form isn't external. It's who you become when your heart and energy align with truth. The world tells us that purpose is what we produce. It asks, "What do you do?" But the soul asks a different question: "What do you radiate?" What energy do people feel when you enter a room? What do you leave behind after a conversation? What vibration lingers when you're gone? That's your mission in motion. Think about it. Every being on earth emits a frequency. A tree doesn't try to be a tree, it just grows. The sun doesn't schedule its rising, it just shines. And I feel a little guilty saying that because I do schedule my YouTube videos. So even though I post daily, I don't actually check comments every single day. So please be patient with me if my responses are a little slow. But I do try my best to respond to your comments. Sorry, I digress. Well, now, purpose is like sunrise and sunset. It's your natural state when you stop forcing yourself to become something and start remembering what you already are. For some people, their mission expresses through teaching, healing, creating, leading. For others, it's expressed through listening, nurturing, inspiring, or simply being a calm presence in a chaotic world. But the essence underneath is always the same: love in motion, expressed through your unique frequency. When you move from doing to being, life becomes less about checking boxes and more about living in alignment. The doing still happens. You still take action. You still create, but it flows from an inner coherence, not from pressure. You don't act to prove your worth. You act because it feels like truth moving through you. There was a time when I tried to structure my purpose into neat steps: build this, launch that, reach this milestone by this date. I'm telling you, even ChatGPT teased me. And it was absolutely hilarious that I just have to share this with you. This is what ChatGPT says, and I quote: "You say you're surrendering, but you are micromanaging the divine like it's your assistant. Universe, I trust you. But just so you know, I need clarity by Friday, clients by end of the month, and if you could also make my ex-boyfriend text me to validate my growth, that'd be great. You're co-creating, but sometimes you act like you're the CEO and God is your unpaid intern." But here's the thing. It was so brutally true. I equated movement with meaning. But the deeper I went into my own transformation, the more I realized purpose isn't linear. It's circular, spiral, rhythmic. It unfolds at the speed of embodiment, not urgency. Sometimes your mission won't look productive. Sometimes your greatest contribution is the energy you hold while resting, healing, or listening. Sometimes it's the calm you bring to a difficult conversation, or the compassion you offer when no one is watching. That too is purpose. Subtle, powerful, real. Did I ever mention that one of the bravest, most spiritual things I did was giving myself permission to rest after my spiritual epiphany? And I'm talking about resting for months. When you begin to live this way, you notice that your energy does more than your effort ever could. People are drawn to your authenticity, not your resume. Opportunities align naturally, not because you chased them, but because you became a vibrational match to them. So, how do we shift into this way of living from purpose as a task list to purpose as an energy field? It begins with awareness. Yeah, I know. I say that to just about everything. But it really is just so simple, yet profound. It begins with slowing down enough to feel. Ask yourself, what does purpose feel like in my body? Not what it looks like, not how it should appear, but how it feels when I'm in alignment with it. For me, it feels like warmth in my chest, a quiet excitement, a sense of flow that needs no external validation. When I follow that feeling, I know I'm in resonance with my mission. When I lose it, it's usually because I've started to live from the mind again, from comparison, fear, or overthinking. Your energy will always tell you when you are aligned. When something drains you, it's not yours to carry. When something expands you, it's a signal from your soul saying, yes, this is the way. Purpose is less about figuring out and more about following what lights you up, because that light is your vibration calling you home. But we often forget that being is an action too. It takes courage to be still, to trust, to embody your essence without constant proof. The masculine world measures progress by output. The heart measures it by alignment. True progress is when your inner state and outer expression begin to mirror each other. When the energy you hold on the inside becomes visible through your actions on the outside. The shift from doing to being doesn't mean you stop acting. It means your actions become infused with consciousness. When you're in that state, even small tasks become sacred. Answering an email, cooking a meal, speaking to a friend, or doing dishes all become extensions of your vibration. You're not trying to get somewhere. You're simply expressing what you already are. And yes, you're right. That's mindfulness. And that's what people feel. They may not know how to explain it, but they feel your integrity. They feel peace around you. They feel inspired to reconnect with themselves. That's the power of purpose lived as energy. It transforms by presence, not persuasion. If you think about your favorite teachers, healers, or creators, what draws you to them isn't just what they do, right? It's how they are. Their energy transmits something that words can't. That's the magnetic power of authenticity. There's an energetic law that says you can only create sustainably from the vibration you live in. If you create from pressure, your results will require constant pushing. If you create from peace, your results will carry peace. Your energy imprints everything you touch. So before you act, pause. Instead of asking, what should I do next? Ask, who am I being as I do this? That question changes everything. It pulls you out of reaction and back into creation. Another thing I've learned is that the universe doesn't respond to plans, it responds to frequencies. It meets you where your energy lives, not your intentions on paper. That's why two people can take the same action, let's say launch the same program or write the same words, and have completely different outcomes. One is forcing, the other is resonating. Purpose isn't about what you're doing, it's about the energy behind it. There's also a gentleness that comes with this realization. When purpose becomes vibration, you stop comparing your timeline to anyone else's. You realize that you can't rush resonance. You don't need to. Your energy unfolds at a pace that your soul can embody. And sometimes stillness is part of the mission. Sometimes integration is productivity. Living your mission as a vibration means trusting that your presence itself is enough. That being aligned is the most powerful contribution you can make. Because when you are aligned, your energy ripples out naturally. You begin to magnetize experiences that mirror your frequency. You stop chasing meaning because meaning starts following you. When you speak from your truth, that's your mission. When you create from your heart, that's your mission. When you walk into a room and make people feel seen, that's your mission. Purpose isn't hiding somewhere waiting for you to catch it. It's unfolding every time your energy and intention meet in coherence. There's a beautiful paradox in this way of living. The less you try to define your mission, the more clearly it defines itself through you. You stop living from obligation and start living from resonance. And in that resonance, you realize that purpose has never been about the size of what you do, but the depth of how you do it. This is how true leaders emerge, not from striving, but from embodiment. Their energy carries the vibration of truth. They don't need to convince, they simply are. That's why you can feel when someone is aligned with their purpose. Their presence feels like home. So, what does it mean to live your purpose and energetically, right here in the middle of your everyday life? It means treating each moment as a canvas for your vibration. It means allowing your heart to be involved in every action. It means moving through the world not as someone trying to prove, but as someone here to express. Maybe your vibration today is compassion. So you bring that into your words. Maybe tomorrow it's courage. So you bring that into your choices. Maybe some days it's quiet. So you bring that into your rest. This is how the mission breathes through your energy, through your embodiment, through the invisible threads of presence you leave behind. Life is a flow. So is your vibration. It's never fixed, and it shouldn't be. Your purpose is not a single sentence you can print on a business card. It's the living energy that flows through every version of you. It evolves as you do. It expands as you open. And when you allow it to lead, life stops being a race and starts becoming a rhythm. This rhythm is simple: be, then do, align, then act. It's the reverse of how the world operates, but it's how energy truly works. Doing without being drains you. Being before doing fills you. And when you're full, what you create overflows naturally into others. Purpose is not found in effort, it's revealed in coherence. And coherence begins with the heart. When your energy is anchored there, your actions flow effortlessly. When your mind, body, and soul move as one, your mission becomes inevitable. So if you feel lost, don't chase direction. Seek alignment. Sit quietly and ask, what energy wants to move through me today? Maybe it's love. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's clarity. Let that be your compass. Live in that vibration and watch how the outer world begins to rearrange itself to match it. The more you live this way, the more you will realize purpose isn't something you do. It's what naturally happens when you're fully yourself. The to do list still exists, but it's no longer heavy. Every action becomes infused with grace. You can build, create, teach, or serve, but the energy behind it is lighter, freer, alive. And maybe that's the truest definition of purpose: the moment when doing becomes an extension of being, when you're no longer performing life, but participating in it as a living expression of your soul. So, take a breath. Place your hand on your heart. Feel its rhythm, steady, faithful, ancient. This is where your mission begins, not in a plan, but in a pulse. From this space, ask yourself, if my energy could speak, what would it say today? And how can I let my actions echo that truth? That's it. That's a practice. No checklist, no rush, no need to prove. Just alignment becoming movement. Just being becoming doing. Just energy becoming life. If you really want a checklist, come talk to me after class. That's what I'm really good at. Just kidding. You don't have to find your purpose. You only have to remember your vibration. The one that feels like peace. The one that feels like home. When you live from there, every breath becomes meaningful. Every choice becomes sacred. Your mission isn't waiting somewhere out there. It's breathing right here inside your chest. It's not something you have to finish. It's something you have to embody. And when you finally allow yourself to live that way, to move from being instead of striving, you will discover that you were never behind, never lost, never off path. You were always pulsing in rhythm with purpose itself. And finally, just a quick reminder, my Confidence Unlocked 21-day challenge just started yesterday. If you would like to reset your energy before the holidays so you can step into 2026 as the most confident version of you, go ahead and join us now. I can't wait to see you inside my school community. See details on how to join in the description box. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow here on my YouTube channel. Sending you lots of love, beautiful hearts.